Welcome to Star Wars X-Wing Mates. I'm Angelo.
And I'm Claus.
And Klaus just took part in this rookie tournament. What is a rookie tournament?
It's a tournament for players who are not regular tournament players or who has not played for a while and need to brush up on their X-Wing skills. So it's a tournament with a mix of beginners and intermediate players, but with not a lot of tournament experience.
And we are looking at some lists here. Seems a lot of Imperial.
Yeah, but actually a nice representation of a lot of different stuff. Big ships, Ghost, Millennium Falcon, Dash, and of course a lot of U-boats and a lot of Imperial Palp Aces lists.
So the U-boats, the headache of the moment.
Yeah, the triple U-boats, they have really changed the meta. Because they have an answer to everything. There's really nothing that a U-boat can't do. It has a turret weapon, 2 attack dice, 3 on range 1. It has the ability to carry torpedoes. It has an EPT for the contracted scout. So it's an easy list to play. It's also a very forgiving list. You can make a lot of mistakes and still get away with it.
And you were expecting to meet some U-boat player, but on your first match, you met someone unexpected.
Yeah, that was a very big surprise. So I played Mass. He's a young player. He's really, really talented. He's really good. He played a Super Dash list with 2 A-Wings. And in our setup, I set up in a sort of traditional fortress position in the corner, facing the 2 A-Wings with his Dash in the opposite corner. And as you can see in the movement, he's very, very cautious with his Dash. He's sort of afraid that the Aces, Inquisitor and Darth Vader, that they will get into range 1. So he's keeping him really, really far away from the action in the beginning, which sort of hampers his impact on the game, which is a bit of a pity. So I engaged the A-Wings with both Aces and the shuttle, because I really felt that I needed to have all guns on the ships immediately, simply not to be outgunned, and also to get rid of the A-Wings, because they are pesky later on in the game when they start bumping you. And you can see here that Dash, he's still very, very much out of the game. He's not in range of anything. I think maybe he got a few shots off the shuttle, but due to some cold dice, he actually didn't do that much damage.
Yeah, looks like Shuttle lost 1 shield only.
Yeah, his strategy, basically, Mass's strategy was to engage with the A-Wings, and then he would rush forward and do K-turns and rush the other way and do K-turns. And I can see how it works well, but if against Aces, it's a poor setup, because the Aces are so maneuverable that they can easily get around the firing arcs. Now you can see that since I noticed that Dash is really out gunning for the shuttle, I'm simply trying to pull Dash away from the main combat by flying the shuttle off. So I'm basically taking an enormous detour around the board, and you can see now it almost goes full circle. And Dash is sort of now he's in a very unfortunate situation, because now both Aces, they get into range 1, which is really his weak spot. With Outrider, his title, he won't be able to shoot at range 1 because it negates his turret weapon. So now he's in a really bad situation. So I got rid of one of the A-Wings with the Proton rockets on Inquisitor, and now sort of this dancing around range 1, trying to get engaging with the A-Wing, as well as keeping on close distance of Dash. Now he got my shuttle off the board, and now I can sort of start. I'm trying to start concentrating on Dash, because I also know that there's a lot of points tied up in Dash, so I really need to get him. And I think that was two crits actually from Vader that got Dash off the board. And of course now it's a really, really bad game for Mass. 1 A-Wing against Inquisitor, and Vader is of course going to be impossible. But he's trying to keep him alive. He actually did a pretty decent job. I think actually the game almost went to time. So that was quite intense up until the last 15 minutes of the game, when he lost Dash, and then of course it became a matter of survival for him.
I was surprised of the survivability of the A-wings.
Yeah, but it's also they with 3 agility they can take a beating. But of course, focus fire from 2 aces is always going to be a tough matchup for the A-wings. But they also had crack shot, so they were actually they could be pretty nasty on the attack, in particular at range 1.
And we go for another round with a U-boat player, which you expected.
Yeah, because in the Swiss draw, I won the first game against Mads, and now the second game against Bo, who's playing a very, very untraditional U-boat list, because it's 2 U-boats and a Y-wing, and he called it double jump masters and a wannabe, because he basically tooled up his Y-wing with torpedoes and tidal, and it was a bit of a weird thing. So what I tried to do was to get the jump masters to get the contract scouts to chase the shuttle, and you can see that he's doing some very unconventional moving here. He basically made it so that the jump masters, they were out of the game for quite a while. You can see that they've been racing, they're out of shooting distance now of the shuttle, while the aces are trying to chase down the Y-wing to get rid of it. And I'm not really sure, now they're turning in towards the center of the board. The shuttle is basically where it started, but they were really out of the game for so long that it cost him a lot. Now the aces got rid of the Y-wing due to the proton rockets on Inquisitor, and now of course I need to find out how can I, as quick as possible, rush into range 1 of the jump masters to negate the effect of the torpedoes. So I have Darth Vader trying to go into range 1 and Inquisitor staying out of range until he can rush in and attack at the same time.
And Inquisitor out?
Inquisitor died from I think he took 3 torpedoes, or maybe 2 torpedoes, and of course died in the end. Now the shuttle is back in the game to fire off some shots. Vader, he's trying to outmaneuver the jump masters, trying to get some critical hits in, and in this game in particular, Palpatine came to really, really good use, because at range 1 with the advanced targeting computer and the title, Vader, he's able to, with the help of Palpatine, to put 2 crits on a ship every turn, which is really, really useful. So now only 1 jump master to deal with. I can see that the shuttle is going to go soon. It's losing shields fast, and of course for him now the shuttle is a priority. If he can get rid of the shuttle, then
one less crit.
And there's quite a lot of points tied up in it. So now shuttle out of the game, and Inquisitor, Vader, he's now on the hunt for the last jump master, and we are nearing the end of the game. And of course I knew that I was in the lead on points. But I really needed to get him off the board. Also because you never know. I mean, you can't try and escape it, because it's so maneuverable, the jump master, that in the end, if it turns around, if it does a turn and you suddenly are in range of a torpedo, Vader's off the board.
But you killed it.
Yeah, I killed it. So that was 2 wins out of 2.
Yep. So your third and last game in this tournament, I actually filmed it, so we'll have a different video to comment and go more in detail on how it went.
Yeah, very exciting game. It was a super nice tournament. It was well arranged. It was super nice people that came with a lot of very diverse lists. Of course, there were some of the prevalent lists in the meta, like as we talked about the triple U-boats and PAL bases, as I flew myself. But there were a lot of really diverse lists, and it was nice to see people that were sort of getting into the game, trying out different things, and I think that in general it was a very, very successful tournament.
So more about it soon.